Hey guys, Botchan25 here playing FSX. Once again, today... Oh, 747. We will be flying an Il-62 from Moscow's Domodedovo International Airport to Quebec International Airport. It has a complicated name, I'm not going to attempt to say it. Right, I'm just going to set this. Is that in meters? Oh, well, that's brilliant, isn't it? Let's bring that up to 3,000 feet per minute. I thought it shows it for that, but not for that. Because that is definitely not your average, whatchamacallit? Altitude hold. That's going to be problematic, actually. Hold on. Okay, I have it set up. I found it. Nav lights landing. Text. No. Strobe. There we go. There's something you can see is the wing shape. You've got this the sawtooth type wing there. That was there to... It's something to do with turbulence to make the aircraft not... I don't know. It's complicated. But anyways, off we go. Of course, this was one of the first This was, I think, the first or one of the first aircraft to use a so-called spoilerons, which means the spoilers act like ailerons. So you were to turn like that, the spoilers would come up. Not here though. Also, you can see the tail gear there. That's not tail strike prevention. That's when the aircraft is sitting empty on the ground. You know, with four Soloviev engines on the back. It might tip. So once it reaches parking, that thing deploys. I don't know how you would do it here in FSX, but they do in real life. Runway 14 left. Right.
On taxiway, on taxiway.
No, that's definitely right.
Flaps, flaps. On taxiway, on taxiway.
La-di-da-di-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Approaching 14 right. Approaching 14 right. On
Flaps.
runway 14 right. Flaps, 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 flaps.
I have flaps set, mate. Yeah, bring that up to 330 knots. Okay. Now hold GPS on. Yes. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm presuming that's altitude hold. The thing is, I have no clue. Alright, yeah. If I'm not... Yep, there we go. Off we trot. This is actually a narrow body airliner, so it's not wide body. It's not like, say, a 7... It's not like a 777, you know. It's not wide body. It's, you know, single aisle. Not the two aisles like most international aircraft. I have a feeling that whoever did the flag messed up the hammer and sickle. We're also drifting slightly on the runway, so... Well, anyways, rotate. Oh, rotate. Yes, yes, yes. To quote Jeremy Clarkson, yes. Positive rate, gear up, flaps up. Try not to crash into the forest. Right. Wait, what? What did I press? Alright, no, that's airspeed. Wait, that's auto throttle. Speed hold. Yes! I know how to use this! Where's the speed readout? That's the altimeter. Yep, it's in meters. I'm much more interested in our... What's altimeter? I'm confused. Like, I can't see a speedometer. Where is the speedometer? That's the clock. Taxi. I can't turn taxi lights off, right. Landing lights I'm going to turn off. Now, let's see. Trying to find... That's an altimeter. Yeah, you can see what I said is... Russian aircraft have that. Right, no clue. Yeah, a 4-engine. Well, the reason the engines are on the tail, are to keep the wings aerodynamically clean. To not have any turbulence that is caused by those engines. I have a feeling we're about to stall. Does anybody else have that feeling? That's the thing. I don't have a speed readout anywhere. I can't find the bloody speed readout. Now that is meters per second, but, Right, there's Moscow anyways. And there's Domodedovo. Okay, airspeed is fine. It's 308 knots at the moment, so... airspeed is not any concern. Of course, there was the VC-10. The Brits developed it, the Vickers VC-10, I think. Or, I'm not sure if it was Vickers, but there was an aircraft called the VC-10, not to be confused with the DC-10, that's a different aircraft altogether. And that also had 4 rear-mounted engines, and the British basically were saying that the Russians stole their plans for the VC-10 when making the Il-62. This was actually a replacement for the Tupolev 114, which I have used in a... Yeah, I'm going to tune Moscow Center just so I don't have to see that Domodedovo. Just so I don't have to see the, what is it called? The ATIS. That's it. I remember my words. But yeah, once we're descending into Quebec, it's going to be interesting. Where, descent to 20,000 feet. Okay, how many meters is that? Because that's basically what we'll have to do. In some of the early tests, before they didn't have the Soloviev whatever engines available. It was Soloviev something, but I'm not sure of the exact number. Soloviev D30 or something, maybe, available. So they had to use smaller engines, which were underpowered. Yep, you can see Russia. There's the red square there. That's where Lenin... That's... red square. Yeah, red square, I guess. Where? Yes, there. Das ist where Lenin... Somewhere along there is where Lenin's mausoleum is. And also, the Kremlin Wall Memorial thing. Right, we're roughly halfway up to our altitude. Actually, just speed set to 3. Okay guys, sorry, I still have the old unregistered version of Bandicam installed and I accidentally started that instead of the other one. But now we're back to the registered one. So, I've completely forgot what I was talking about. But anyways, so this is a 4-engine narrow-body aircraft. And of course, with the 4 rear engines, you've got the extendable tail gear thing there that goes down. So you have views. Manette de gaz. Oh. Right. I don't think there are many four jet-powered narrow-body aircraft. There aren't that many 4 tail-mounted engine aircraft. There is the Lockheed Jetstar, which is a commercial aircraft. It's a private aircraft, not commercial. Jesus. Decrease ascent rate. There goes. I'll pause the video here now. See you guys once we are up. Well, once we are near Quebec. See you guys then. Okay, guys, we're beginning our descent into Montreal, Quebec. Sorry. 7315. Yeah, that's it. And descend at 3,000 feet per minute. And let's get the throttle quadrant up. Time to find the speed brake lever. Oh, that's parking brake. There. That's it. But the thing is, I still have no clue where the speedometer is. So we'll leave it like that. We've begun our descent. This was an actual route operated by Aeroflot with Il-62s, but you know, it's a narrow-body airliner doing a transatlantic flight. So, you know, that's kind of a bit confusing. Why would you not just use an Il-96? Well, okay, the Il-96 came later. Fun fact, these Il-62s still in use by Air Koryo. And I think a few other airlines. And the flights were pretty quiet by, you know, compared to some other aircraft at the time or similar capabilities because of the position of the engines, you know, the engines on the rear. Let's just speed up. So I have the sound off because otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear me. And of course, this is the mouth of the St. Lawrence River, for those of you who do not know geography. Let's open the map view. Yeah. Let's hope I can get this aircraft on the ground better than I did the last time. There we go. And I'm pretty sure we will get exactly 12,000. Right. $3657.6. Option sim rate normal. Acknowledge. So 3. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, but you live. But you know, you make do. And there's There's an airfield here. This aircraft also flew to Anchorage. Just thought I'd say that. 4 times. Right, acknowledge, options semi-normal. So, heading 255. I'm trying to figure out which one's the heading hold. That is heading. There we go. Bit of an intense turn. But it is going to be. It's going to do so well. Turn right, heading 285. Acknowledge. I still can't turn those off, so taxi lights are staying on. Landing lights. Yeah, I'll turn them on so I don't forget them. Wait, it's... Acknowledge, even though that was the heading you gave me first. Nope. Just quickly open up a map view, I want to see this. You can see the rear mounted thing there that descends once the aircraft is parked to stop it from tipping backwards. I believe the DC-9 had them, which is, the rear mounted, basically the MD-80 series, and several other aircraft had them, but in different variations. Some had external support placed under it. Others use built-in support. You see they've got some low-lying clouds there at the moment. Now we're about to level out, I believe. Better not time into the sand again. As I said, this aircraft does not have a VC. It does not have a virtual cockpit, therefore Eagle wouldn't like it. Which makes me the expert on this aircraft. Because I already have more flying hours in it than Igor. Contact Montreal Centron 13 blah 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 blah. Tune contact. Altimeter 3000. Only the external engines have thrust reversers for, well, I don't know why. Maybe something, maybe, if you had it on the internal, that structural element there wouldn't be strong enough to hold it or something. But it does have the bucket reversers found on MD-80s, for example. I'm not going to speed up time any further. We're going to go down to 160 knots because I'm going to hope that that's the speed that this thing can land at. As I mentioned earlier in the flight, the British claimed that the Russians stole the plans for the VC-10, and some people in the media dubbed it the VC-10 ski, even though later on this aircraft, the reason its design is similar is because there are limits as to how much difference you can make in an aircraft like this. 4 rear mounted engines. Basically, this could go farther with more cargo than the VC-10, and this is solely civilian. At least, as far as we know, there is no military version. Whereas 14 of the 54, I think, VC-10s built were military, so quite a large percentage. This aircraft, I believe, only had 2 fatal accidents. Right, options, sim rate, normal. Right, 3,700. 1127.76. Yeah, that's it. Just kind of guessing. And so this route previously was operated by, was serviced by Tupolev 114. But this was used then to replace it because, I don't know, Russia. Because probably more efficient or something. So, Igor rate my landing. We are a bit of... Wait. Yeah, there's the winged hammer and sickle, the symbol most associated with Aeroflot. So I can see the engines are kind of tilted up a bit relative to the aircraft. Why is that? Is that to... Seriously, why is that? Is that to kind of offset their weight? Because the weight of the engine... No, that would be pushing the nose further down. I don't know. I genuinely don't know why that would be like that. And we should level off shortly, at least. No. Hopefully, we will level off shortly. And then once we get... Right. Options simulation. Knowledge. Heading 185. There we go. Acknowledge the handoff to Montreal Centre on 132.35. What is that? Anyway, tune Montreal Centre, contact Montreal Centre. There we go. Now we can. Now we're focusing solely on turning. 128.25, 225. Let's quickly open the map. Right, so I'm presuming what they did is they're going to guide us back there. Montreal Centre. Roger. Turn. Oh god. Option stimulation 8 normal. Acknowledge the turn to heading 150. So the flights operated by this was I think this was the most common route operated by these aircraft. There were, I think, the way it was arranged, I believe the seating was first there were 4 first-class seats per kind of row. But that would mean it's 1, and the same in business class, and then 3 in economy, which meant for really not a lot of aisle space in economy and first. And I'm expecting a command to... Did I miss a handoff or something? Because, I mean, if that's... The airport's over there, somewhere, roughly. There is no other aircraft nearby. That is definitely surprising. But seriously? Okay, no, we've got a bit more flying left to do. I believe there is a ship down there. Oh god. The normal. Send and maintain. Right, 2,500. 762 meters. So heading 90. 007. What was it? 762. That's. Yep, there. Alright. Unpause. Pull these down. Yes, I know the spoiler is deployed. Acknowledge approach, clearance, pull the speed brake further. So the Russians will be focused. Well, today was the first day of the Farnborough Air Show. Currently it's only, I almost said military, it's only business. Alright, let's bring the speed back to 240 knots. Actually, you know what? No, let's just go straight back to 175. Large pattern entry. In fact, no, let's just go back to 160. And I believe we've leveled out, so I'm going to pull this up. Yeah, I believe we're above altitude a bit there. Would I be correct in assuming that? If you would start off. Yes, I would be correct. Right, set flaps to... Oh, let's pop the brakes. And set flaps to 1. Okay, there's the dogtooth or sawtooth. Yeah, very little so far if you just set the flaps to 1. That's altimeter. Yeah, that's close enough to not really be a problem. However, the thing is I don't have the airport. Select map view. It's over there somewhere. So, tower. Nearest tower. Right, I'm presuming that's not where we will be landing. I screenshotted that for... Okay. Extend the flaps further. That should cause a drop in the nose. Actually, no, I think this... I am the weather just refreshed. That should be my... Did I see any aircraft pop up? No. How far away is it? $10 o'clock, 15 miles. Roger that. Oh, well, you don't really acknowledge. But I don't have visual. Set heading to 75. Wait, is that it? Is that it? Right, extend the flaps further. If I can. That's the thing. I have the airport in sight. I don't have the runway in sight. Because I'm pretty... Wait, is that it? Hold on. Yes. Right, so that's where we'll be landing. Rightio. Heading, altitude. Autopilot off. Let's just zoom out here a bit. Actually, no, just turn this way a bit. Request airport direction. This one, request airport distance. 11 miles, roger, gear down. $11 o'clock, 11 miles, yes. Let's just drop the nose a bit. Because I really hope that is the runway we're meant to be landing on there. So once again, no glide slope indicator, so I won't have an idea if I'm coming in properly. Hold on. That's an interesting trim system. I thought it would just be the tail surfaces that move, not the entire T-tail. Alright, turn. I'm going to turn nice and slowly. And then pray to God that we'll be able to stop. And I believe this thing had a skid keel, I think it was dubbed, so, to act as an extra safety precaution in case of gear up landing. Basically, I believe it would be a strengthened kind of area on the bottom, so if it landed, it would skid on that and not, it wouldn't go through the aluminium or whatever they made aircraft out of in the Soviet Union. And they made clear to land runway 6, so I'll acknowledge that. Right. Not necessarily in the Soviet Union, but East Germany, they made cars out of wood pulp / cardboard. How many people know what car that is? It's the Trabant. Don't you know? East German technology. Yes. That off. Now the aircraft is fully in my control. Right. Yes, when you've got phone chargers in the way, things do tend to get a bit problematic. Let's just have a very small bit of throttle. And further flaps, just full flaps. Can the flaps go further? No. Right, we just passed through.
Approaching 06.
Right, engines to full because of reasons. Come on, trim. Right, cut. You don't hit that power line. The power lines could cause problems. Why put a power line directly in the path of approaching aircraft? That's actually a serious question, Quebec. Hey? Why? I think this is Quebec. When I typed in Quebec, this is what came up. Okay, this is going to be a long landing. But I don't give two craps. Flare.
Long landing.
There we go. Your altimeter set incorrectly. Fine, I'll reset it, even though it doesn't matter. We are sliding slightly. That was fairly smooth. Alright, turn next taxiway, right. Right, I pressed F5. And that. Right, the next taxiway is there. I'm just messing around with the trim settings. I don't really think this is kind of design. There we go. I'm slowly trundling along. That landing was pretty smooth for situation. I heard you, but you know, it's not like there's a hurry to get off. It's not like there's a bunch of it.
3,000 feet remaining.
Contact ground on 121.9. Hold on. Look. Tap. 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 So tune Lassage. And across taxi to gates. On the later versions of the Il-62, the Il-62M, I believe, starting there, the reversers were flight rated, so you could deploy them while in the air. You couldn't actually turn, the reversers wouldn't actually do anything. So you would be kind of gliding and the reversers were already deployed. And surprisingly, that caused no incidents. As you know, the Fokker 100 operated by TAM Airways. Yeah, they had problems. Right. Tower. Nearest tower. Oh, God. Oh, God. There we go. Just quickly, Oh, crud. Hold on. Just turn off progressive taxi. I want to get a good screenshot, but will that be a possibility? Oh god, we drifted. Why? No.
On taxiway, on taxiway. On taxiway, on taxiway.
And screenshot. Okay. Now I should turn back on the thing, and also the reversers. Just pop the reversers. Oh, we've actually got we've got the taxi further. Alright, so that is our gate. Roger. Turn. Okay, so it is evident this aircraft does not have anti-lock braking, because those wheels are clearly locked. That actually caused a BAE 146 Avro RJ to skid off the end of the runway in Stored Airport, because I believe the lift spoilers didn't deploy. And that, because that happened, the pilots, or the pilot, the pilot, co-pilot, the captain and the co-pilot we turned on the emergency brake, which does not have ABS. And the runway was wet, so that caused, I'm not sure what exactly it's called. It's something hydroplaning. That's it, there. Shift E. Right, now I'm going to see if I can get that tail to deploy, or the tail wheel to deploy. Parking, brake, exits. I don't know. We don't need autopilot anymore. Well, let's fuel. Well, sure, I guess we can. I guess we can turn them off. We're not using them at the moment. We're on the ground. What is that? Hmm. Yeah, I'm just working. Yeah, I don't know how to deploy that. Failure. It can be deployed, I think. Anyways, guys, I'm Boss Range 25. That was a flight from Domodedovo to Quebec. No, so that's what that opens. Anyways, guys, that was a flight from Domodedovo to Quebec. I'm Boss Range 25. Goodbye.